Okay, well, hello friends, and welcome again to another Prefect 99 live stream, and we will be flying as Prefect 99 over to the last event, the Overload at Tegel before it gets closed. And while I think places like Saitek and everything, they stay, Fulton still exists in X-Plane. I don't know how it will work when they change the ICAO. So that is going to be interesting. So let's go fly now on projectFLY. That is running. Active Sky is running. Got AppSoft, because of course this is a little bit alien to me. I've done this for a while. Here we are sat on the pan at Northo on the Southern Asp. It says stand for, but it isn't really. We have got no over-the-top coverage. That's going to cause us a little bit of an issue on departure, so we are going to stick to the departure route. Let's get the Zibo mod back on there. And I've got... I don't know how well you guys can see this, but the overlay on the top, I hope it's not too obtrusive. I can probably do some tweaking with it if I need to, but it's I think it's just about the right size. I can always shrink it down if necessary. That is from, where is that from? SimAware. So if you type in VATSIM map, that'll come up, and that's currently free, so I've been looking for one of those for a while. That's really nice and easy. It's just a case of popping in the web link and your VATSIM ID, and then it does it, which is really cool. So anyway, without further ado, I think let's hop into a jet that we haven't been in for a while. And if you are watching, as always, please say hi. It's nice to have some company. It's going to be a pretty short flight. Here is the jet, completely powered down, cold and dark, and in this pretend BBJ situation that we've got. Not sure if tear feel great. Frame rates are high, but it's not feel great. But hey, that could just be because I've been out of it for a while, and CVET isn't loaded, I don't think, although that could be doing it. I probably need to update terrain radar and better pushback and everything else. XRAS we can obviously leave on. projectFLY is running. Xpilot needs to run. That is for us, and so that's it. So let's get GPU. Chocks are set. Parking brake is off. I'm going to go through the full setup as usual, but I'm going to try and through as best I can. So the upper overhead, battery can come on, exit lights can come on, lights to steady, power's on, and this overhead, is 707 type relic from similar vintage to Concorde. Get those panel lights up. Yeah, those ones. Let's turn those up. Wicked. Yes, I still have that set. So these we have a so it can be set to nav to start aligning. It's going to take 8 minutes. Wait, low pressure, your damper can come on. Force auto, check the crossfeed, open, bright, dim, close, right, off. Pumps can stay off. I'll tell you what, we'll add the pump for the APU. Stay on ground power. Can. I'm not sure if there's a limitation on ground power at top. I'm sure we'll find out. Still nothing online, but we've got coverage all the way from Amsterdam and further east. Lights all off, APU's off, ground power's on, cabin utility come on. Circuit breakers don't need, can both stay off. We're going to need to refuel. So auto igniter's right, cabin diff is 0, and cabin out should match down there. Tree. Pumps can come on, cautions went off, TI's. Probe heat's off. Press those lights. The heats can all come on. Trim air. Set the AC. Packs, APU bleed that can stay open. Now, our cruise today is 390 because of course we are quite light. And our arrival elevation is 122. That's it, we've got no logo to worry about. All the lights are done. The overhead done. It's weird. Departure, we will check. Set to 25. Brake RTO, this off. Hydraulic pressure we have down here. Check both the throttles, and I've locked my hardware. These are both off. I'm not going to do any of the fire warning tests. 2000 set. On. Radios set. 5 on the second. TXRX on all of them. And if I switch, it also switches too. Perfect. I'm not going to start flight mode or any jazz. What I did need to do is load the aeroplane probably before the alignment, just in case it does move. Anyway, so let's go into the FMC setup. So much easier. We are at Echo Golf Ski. Stand 4. We need to fill that information in. GPS goes. We are off to Echo Delta Delta Tango. Prefect. And let's see. Interesting. Let's do it old school. So I've got a route that is completely airways, and I've got a Eurocontrol validated flight plan that is not, which is the one that I've filed. There's only about 2% difference between them. Is it really 1013? 007 is what I've got. And the weather has been updating. I need to wait for the iris to align for that, which would make sense. Anyway, we are going to, I'll tell you what, I don't mind. It's up so you can see it. There's the airways route in case we need it. And there is, so we are going to match, which is a waypoint, 5146 east. Yes, that makes sense. The west 100 doesn't, so it is that one. Then it's Quebec 295 to Brain. Then Michael 17 to REDFA, the FIR boundary, I think. 620 to TACHA, TACHA. Then direct to BATEL arrival, BATEL. Waypoint is not north 24, it's not east that far, so it is the closest of the two. So, still no ETC online, and there won't be for here, but if Heathrow comes online, it's worth contacting them to, in reality, Heathrow Direct to give a slot. So, I'm going to activate that now. and then we need to do all of those. Interestingly, I bet cost index, no, cost index is 30, which makes sense. So I might as well wait a couple of minutes for that. Doing that, I'm going to have a look at the departure. So the first stop out is 3, and then it continues to 4 and 5. So Brookman's Park we're going to need on nav 1, Clacton on nav 2, 4. Clacton. Fog is 7. 5. Need Chiltern NDB. It's a lot of digits. Gone on there. So 277. What? 77 and no other nav aids really, so we're going to go direct to Brookman's Park. Match is 13.4 on the way inbound to Clacton. And I'm going to set 277 this side as well. Hello Rick. Yes, it is good to be back in the Zibo, but I feel pretty rusty. And it's just different, isn't it? You know, it's a lot more capable when you look at nav aids, etc. We've got a lot of fuel, so we might be offloading. So our departure is straight ahead, minimum 7.
Traffic, November 805 Sierra was back taxi, runway 25.
That's loot, so I'm just going to switch that off. So it seems to know where we are. Let's do what we do in reality. Check the old weather.
8750.
We pick a frequency that actually is something. So 3000 for the edge of London Centre. Let's get the weather off my phone. 007 is giving it. So it is less confused. I'm pretty sure that the weather, we've got cloud. Let me just check it. No, I mean that's 2974. So the elevation is 124, which is fine. So something squiffy going on with this. Altitude at 2000. 7014 2974. So I wonder if that ground bit, and I think it's because we haven't selected a runway, although that still shouldn't make a difference. Anyway, what's the pond? No, Rick, I probably am not. Everyone needs a slot, and I know Concorde doesn't really need a slot, but I think it'll just be chaos, unfortunately. So, won't be partaking. Anyway, the IRS is aligned, so what I am going to do is set the brake on, works, and we can sort out our payload, which, because it's pretend BBJ, is going to be 35 packs and 1100, which I think, but fully aft, payload total 3.9, we've got 4145, whatever. And if we have a look, it's pretty off CG. Good for fuel efficiency, whatever it is it's going to do. What you do need to do is worry about the fuel. And you're going to defuel to, let's have a look, let me show you the fuel planning for the event. You can see there 8.6, I've got an hour and 15 minutes, I'm probably going to up that a bit, and let's just call it 9 tons. Call the fuel truck to defuel a little bit, and it's going to give us even more reserve, but I mean, I really don't want to be holding for that. Oh cool, well done, Rick. Yes, it probably is going to be a little bit chaotic. I think I had a look to see if I could get a slot, and there wasn't really a link, so... so we've plus 7... 6 extra 350 odd. Gives us like an hour and 20 minutes, something like that. Anyway, we've got about 4 hours of fuel aboard. Having a moment. And that. So that's coming down 47.3. So really light on the payload, made up for with some fuel. So trip and taxi is 3.2. Reserves are 2.6. Cost index of 30. 390. So look at our winds. And it's also good in this having an OFP that works, because the Concorde one is a lot different. If SimBrief did it, it would be ideal, but I understand it is challenging. So cruise wind +2. So D-rate wise, it's a pretty short runway here, even though we are light. So let's open it up. Runway 25 from the end, 55760. I think plan takeoff weight of 760. I think it's going to be more like 5.6. Burn 300 kilos. Actually, probably not, because it's only 170 for 15 minutes. So why don't we just go full weight? Optimum dry runway 27014. NK. Boy, no, we're going to go right from the end. Select temp. There we go. So minimum flap is 1500. So 26k plus 30. Stop margin of 6 meters. 26k with 275. So 98 brings it down to 7.6. So no, it doesn't. It's about 0.3 hour. Oh, we haven't got the APU on, so that is slightly different. But to be honest, I think 26k with that D rate to give us the climb 2, because it's got all of those level segments. Tell you what I'm going to do. I take that out, go climb 2, just so we've got slightly better takeoff performance and a slightly better stop margin, which takes the V speeds are all the same, quite low. Still flat. 1,415 meters. Climb 2 just so that we've got a little bit of a smoother departure. It's going to be flat 5, 425. Let's set that. Oh, that doesn't really work, does it? So, yeah, I'll tell you, SD. 12538. So 138 is correct, but actually from, so we've got 126, 27 if I rotate, 38. So, that's why. So we've managed to get the wrong runway in. Wow, that's embarrassing. Should have twigged that. Now that's interesting. Why is destination it's working? Oh. No, we haven't broken it. Go. Check that. Explain why this didn't work earlier. There we go. So that sorted us out. Hasn't reset. Well, it reset a few things. The ISO was +2. That's still the same. That's all still the same. Go. Runway 25. Which one, Yankee? Have a look through X700, yes. Shorten. Foe. Let's put 5. So they're all. So I think we did want the takeoff. It is. Let's go 1500 on the reduction. No. Actually take that down to 1000. Overpowered. Accelerate. 3. Good. That's correct. It's 25 done. 86 and 100. Wow. Yeah, lots of people coming in. Ah, sorry to hear that, mate. I think they are going for quite a while tonight, aren't they? So at least you'll have a decent opportunity. So we are going to track direct to the NDB. So let's do it that way round. 083 outbound from VOR. 64, even though it's not going to be the right one. Go, we need that set. Good, and the runway heading 250. So let's get the APU started. Fuel pump is on. So that we are ready to go. We don't need to push, so that will save us a little bit of time. Still no London, no throw on line. So noise abatement is on a different chart, it's not on the taxi charts or anything. Runway usage determined by Heathrow, we know that. Minimum altitude crossing the boundary for 500 feet. Run engines to a minimum. Okay, well that's it, really. So APU is on. Bus. Speed on. So we're not going to push back. So the brake is set, we can take the chocks, get the air stairs in, get the doors shut. We are effectively good to go. I'm not going to announce our engine start. Here we are, we're going to taxi up here, and in reality you'd go around the top, although this airplane might be a little bit too big, so you can backtrack and take the runway there. So, let's imagine we're self-cleared. Let's get the transponder onto standby, collision lights, humps. Center tanks on in a little bit. Of course, as you can see, they've definitely not flown for a while because I left the packs on. So 20 to 25. Well, and we'll sort that config out in a minute. Actually, let's put this on now. 2, 4, 6, 3, stable, start engine number 1. I thought I'd set to smart. I've been trying to get the settings to match up to what I want. It's 25. So 2, 6, and 3, which is stable. We've started, and it's going to be about 1600 off blocks. Under traffic, Prefect 99, stand 4 at Northolt, taxiing runway 25 via Bravo. So, to the left, good to the right. It's on for taxi. I do have to do the after start checks, don't I? Help. as I said, we get ropey. It's on not icing conditions. Down. TO. Let's go to. There won't be any passengers, so shut the door. My controls full aft, right, full left rudder, right rudder, trim, 25%, switches on. It's checked. Let's run through the actual checklist, shall we? So generators on, maybe go off. Not switches, both sets continuous. Anti-ice not required, probes are on. Air conditioning packs auto, bleeds on. So is auto. Lap 5 required, 5 set, green light. Stab trim, 2.5, 2.5. Our levers, 2 idle. My controls checked, recall checked, therefore good to taxi. Have announced as well, so brakes off. 1602 off blocks, although of course it would have been a little bit earlier if we had actually let's change to the other fuel. I didn't quite like that one. There you go.
X-ray traffic, shuttle 9 kilo, fully established ILS, runway 27 left.
Sounds like a voice I have heard before.
Golf Sierra, Sierra on final, ILS runway 27.
So I think I've got set slightly differently in Concorde, so that was probably a bad idea. Heading, speed, out. Ortho traffic, Prefect 99, enter backtrack runway 25. So for that, it's all go on.
For departure.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
That I can get on board with. So, just like in reality, the aeroplanes line up and then hold on the departure end.
Approaching 2-5.
Waiting for a slot from throw. So I will replicate that. We'll just hold at the end, and then I'll have a look on the radar and see if there is a gap, which may be easier said than done, to be honest.
On runway 07, 900 feet remaining.
Not bad look. to backtrack because in reality this is now a taxiway. Maybe I need to dig out my edits, do them.
On runway
Let's line
25.
up. But 250 that is. I am going to set. Whoa, hang on. I didn't do that. The tiller set to neutral. Yeah, there's 250. So I'm going to set the brake. Of course, remember we wouldn't do that in reality. So throttle should have been armed. Arm have been nav, as I said. Promising that I was rusty. So departure wise, do we have anyone going over Brooklands Park? Don't forget, our scheduled departure is in 15 minutes, so I'm in no rush to get going. Taking fuel left.
On runway 25. On runway
There's a lot of
25.
traffic at Heathrow. So I will send Heathrow Tower a message. Oh, North Approach is online. So, 258 I think is EHAM. It literally just came online, so it might be getting set up. I don't know what the process is doing. And in reality,
Approach hello, this is shuttle 13
aeroplanes
kilo.
will sit for quite a long time, waiting for a slot when it's busy.
90 is a type Airbus A319.
On runway 25. On runway 25.
So you said standby, start and taxi at your discretion. So happy with that. Because of course this would be controlled locally by Northolt Tower. Although they do need a release before they give you takeoff. So we are listening. He's happy, I'm happy, it's happy. And if anyone else is watching, so please say hi. It's good to have Rick here, but if anyone else pops in, do say hello. How's the stream overlay?
Shuttle 13 Kilo Heathrow Director, radio check.
Yeah, he was just getting set up.
Radio check, readability 5.
Shuttle 13 Kilo, thank you. Fly heading 120 degrees and descend flight level 70.
Okay, sorry about that. Yes, heading 120 and descending flight level 70.
So 50.
And for information, type is an Airbus A319 and information that Kilo is on board.
Shuttle 13 Kilo, roger, thank you.
So 1008, but I don't think it's updated yet. No sig. Blue, blue. I think
On
we probably could
runway
have snuck
2,
away, to
5.
be
On
honest.
runway 2, 5.
Prefect 909, Heathrow Director, radio check.
Prefect 99, readability 5.
5 also, Prefect 909 is cleared to Tegel after departure runway 25 to match 1 Yankee departure, QNH 1008 and squawk 6472.
Prefect 99, clear Tegel, match 1 Yankee, QNH 1008, squawk 6472. Prefect 99.
Prefect 99, correct. Runway 25, take off your discretion. Wind at Norfolk 26012, report airborne with passing altitude.
Take off flight discretion, we'll code Prefect 99. So let's just get, oh, I am on.
Shuttle 13 Kilo, descend to
Wrong thing.
5,000 feet, QNH 1008.
Needed to blank that as well.
20 miles, runway 27 right.
So let's just get set up, as there is no rush.
Okay, descending flight level 5,000, sorry, 5,000 feet,
4.
QNH 1008 and runway 27 left, shuttle 13 Kilo.
72, we have been cleared to take off. 1008. All airborne and passing. Match 1 Yankee, cleared Tegel as filed, so there's not really much to change there. And I think it's going to be 16:14. We are going to go max chat to start with.
Director, hello, AGM 601 climbing through 4,000 feet.
So I'm going to hold her on the brakes.
Heathrow Director, hello, climb now, flight level 180.
Climb flight level 180, AGM 601.
Brakes off. Timer's running. Airplane's light, so she is going. Checked. And V1 will come up pretty quick.
V1 rotate.
Shuttle 13 Kilo, turn right heading 140 degrees.
Positive rate.
Okay, gear up.
Turn right 140 degrees, shuttle 2 Kilo.
Four.
Adaptor to version 09er, holding shark number 3.
Virgin 09 Heathrow Director.
So that should, I think, be a right turn direct. Prefect 99, airborne, passing 1,500, climbing average 3,000.
Prefect 909, thank you. Climb now, flight level 150.
I'm now flight level 150, Prefect 99. So we'll stay manual.
Director, apologies, AGM 601, we've crashed on the gate, so we're going to have to log out.
Virgin 601, roger, bye-bye. Shuttle 13 Kilo, turn right heading 180 degrees.
And I've forgotten.
Turn right 180 degrees, shuttle 13 Kilo.
Shuttle 13
There
Kilo,
we go,
turn
it's already going wrong.
4,000.
So I forgot where house intervent is.
Shuttle 13 Kilo.
That wasn't it.
Runway 27 right, so between 250 and
That
15
wasn't
clear
what
for
I
takeoff.
wanted.
Clear for takeoff, 7 right, version 09er.
So plane is bugging up. Didn't want to do that. I wanted it to stay at 250. I try and hand fly this beast. Flaps up.
Shuttle 13 Kilo, descent altitude 3,000 feet. Turn right heading 230 degrees.
So
Turn right heading 230 degrees and descending 3,000 feet, shuttle 13 kilo.
13 kilo when established on the localizer, runway 27 left, descend on the glide.
That was all a bit of a mess.
Established on the glide, localizer, runway 27 left, descend on the glide, shuttle 13 kilo.
Offload line.
Nothing further, monitor Unicom 122.8, goodbye.
Got 122.8, thanks very much for the service, have a great evening, Prefect 99. Cleared. So we can go to LNAV. And I'm a pretty smart guy, so what would I have done? Oh, there it is, it's trigger. Anyway, we'll leave it in level change. So let's update WARTHOG. Direct.
Virgin 09, report your passing altitude.
Did accelerate a little bit too quickly.
Climb 130, Virgin 09.
Virgin 09, report your passing altitude.
5 feet 2,000.
Cruise is checked. Cabin crew can be
13
released.
kilo, runway 27 left, service wind 25015, cleared to land.
So just using our intervent to get rid of all of those.
What's that to me, shuttle 13 kilo, sorry?
Shuttle 13 kilo, firm 27 left, service wind 25015.
280 on V now,
Cleared to land,
lights
runway
off.
27 left, shuttle 13 kilo.
Alts checked, climbing. Oh. Packs can go, airplane's pressurizing. Checked, we've got 6 pumps. And it's turning into quite a nice day actually. The train, some red lights. Ortho's looking good. There we go. Airplane's bouncing around a bit. So Amsterdam 2575. Should be talking to next. And because we have nobody to do anything, I'm going to go straight to 39. Still in climb 2, so let's do that this side. Should be able to press that and get rid of it, so can't I? Okay, I thought you could press it. Even running out of hands with this aeroplane. So we're over Brookman's Park at 19. So we're 2 minutes ahead of schedule. And we took off at 4. So 263 is 83. Yes. So we're not actually going to Clacton, but we're following that radial. There we are. Or do we just go to the north of it? Oh, that's us shooting up like a rocket. Aeroplane chasing the weather a bit as the wind layers are changing. Turning into surprisingly hard work. So another 10 check, Raise the aeroplane pressurizing, cabin outs at 3, diff 7.5, climbing steadily 39 set once, twice, 3 times. Check the life support, don't forget it. We are just overhead match now at 21, early. So don't need the chart anymore. So it was nice to speak to Heathrow anyway. We were quite quiet. I was expecting them to have lots of departures from Rutmans Park to Berlin. It's quite a nice evening. So brain at 2.4 means that we're ahead of schedule. I know it's 2.3.7, but closer to 2.4. So I'd argue that's brain overhead. It's en route. Alright, it is 2.3, but whatever. We're not going to do the next one. 7.8. And once we get to REDFA, we should be talking to Amsterdam. Who is that today? Dave Roberts. So, get rid of those for the time being, because we don't need them. See, pretty strong wind, 70 knots. 205, so got a bit of a tailwind from that. As you can see, about 40 knots. So around the 2 knot, back on schedule. Military precision. Do the last 10 check, you see the diff pressures starting to max out there. Caution must have come on just as I looked up. Caution fuel, caution off. You can see that's starting to max out. It might creep into the yellow. Just cabin out of 6,000 feet. There's 300, back to 10. And then you can see some of these inbounds. Where are these guys going? Somebody's following us. Oh no, somebody else Stansted. So yeah, they're going inbound to the Heathrow, and you can see dropping off a couple of thousand feet below, just like in reality, whereas before this has indicated, see when he drops off, this is indicated before for a lot longer. I don't know if there was a limit of like 10,000 foot, but 2.5, 2.6, 2.7 disappears. The one thing I would say is it would be a bit more useful if we had the option, and I might suggest it when flying with no ATC. In the cruise it's not so much of an issue, but certainly on departure it'd be nice to see a little bit more and have the option. Anyway, this should be us. It is low info C. It will be. Let's have a look at the chart. That's it. That scope that I've got on the iPad is useful for seeing other traffic, but chart better. Yep, Ratlow is just past the coast. And REDFA is the FIR boundary. So I don't know what arrival we're going to get. I am going to do is pop in. So 8 left and 8 right. Check the weather actually in a minute. See, long direct segment there. Looks like there's a fair old number of alpacas on the way in. And that's overhead Ratlow to 8, almost 2.9. 7.5, so we've started to get our fuel back. Getting a little bit below. There's our own contrail, well done X-Plane. Oh, it looks like they're going the other way. It is looking busy. Anyway, we're going to our left. It's an alpaca to our left, 666. That's worrying. Kellen Reed from Birmingham. Getting a little bit close for comfort. Within 10 miles, can we see him? There he is. Oh, great. Great weather reload. There he is.
1,000 to go.
I'm going to assume he's on his way to Tegel, just like us. What does that show up for? I can't even make that out. Anybody know that livery? He is on his way. So I think we get a little bit further ahead. Head for a 3-2. So we've got 15 miles early on the climb, which is good. Get rid of those altitude restrictions. Top of climbs at 3.0. Time was 1.6. 7.4, so we're 400 kilos up, which is grand. Listen to Amsterdam. At least I'm going to have a unique call sign. Packers. is REDFA. There is our mate. Now, what has he filed for? And 447. Well, same as us. Oh dear. Oh, that's a shame. Amsterdam has just gone offline. Sad. Back to 1228 for us. Now this guy should be coming to... His route is exactly the same as ours. So where's he going? Oh dear. Could jump up to 4-1. Seems happy enough. So, TACHA 36, so we are on time. We'll be speaking to one of the EDVVs, which is Hanover, but I don't know which one. So let's have a look at the charts, because we are going to be on one of the other BATELs. Another 3 hotel by the looks of things. So let's pop that in. Which gives us the 2 6s, and I am going to see if I can get... we can pick up Hamburg and Frankfurt. Not. Tegel. So, wow, it's looking busy. Maybe we lost for the mill apron. Kind of want to go to the southern one. 161 arrivals. These guys are going to be busy. ATIS 26 right, 26 left. Oh, ILS 26 right. Perfect. So let's have a look at 26 right. Airport. So it's the longer of the two. But they can get you around the back. So that kind of makes sense. 26 left for the short guys, I guess, and then 26 right for departures if they hit. So you can go to the end. 6 right. So that's going to get us to Assat. There we go, Assat 26. So there is a transition. And I think it's NA26 left, NA26 right. Okay, so it's NA26 right. Have a look at that. I have to put some lights on. And let's have a look at plan mode. So BATEL takes us to Girit Nasat. It doesn't. Get out. Girit Nasat. Okay, so that's the mist. Let's have a look at the mist. So down to Comiv. So transition. Comiv 220. Cool. Step, 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 step. Very, very, very long. It's an asset. Cool. I am entirely happy with that. 1,000 below. That's a schoolboy error. Set forecast. Let's pop that in. So we're at 3.9. 3.531. Three 200. 253. 18. 244. 24 at 200 and 24. 1. So I would have thought we would have been contacted by now. Just a bit dark. Can manage. Tell a lie, maybe we can't. Because I know it's difficult for you guys to see. A little bit sort of like tired and washed out, isn't it? So we've got our transition in. Or our minimums for Cat 1. And the forecast weather in QNH. 20. The transition level is 5,000. Where's my trusty cheat sheet? So 5,000 with 1020 is 6,000. voyage, Germany is looking busy. So we are pretty much heading right over the top. There we go, didn't do the weather. Done terrain. There's Schiphol. And it's going to be dark. Okay, you can see at least a couple of aeroplanes below us. Don't think those are like oil rigs or anything. They appear to not be moving. Maybe on the ground. So the only irritating thing about this, and this is one issue with X-Plane, is I'm not convinced that it is that dark. It's still daylight-ish here, so I don't think it would be sunset. If I look up sunset Amsterdam, that's at 17:12 Central European time. Okay, maybe it is a bit dark. 30 minutes after sunset. Not convinced it would be quite this dark, is all I'm thinking. Anybody else watching? Please say hi if you are. How's the overlay? Is the overlay not working? Picked up the call sign and everything, hasn't it? But if it needs anything else. I was under the impression it should just work. It says en route. There should be a little from and to. Flight plan was active. Well, knows where we are. Why would it need anything else? That's a shame. It was looking really good. I tried it out with somebody else's earlier, and it was working really well. It's got the distances and stuff, it just hasn't got... It doesn't like the call sign, that shouldn't matter, should it? And... what is it blocking? Not much really. If you can still see the... if you can still see these, that's pretty much right in the middle and perfect, to be honest. So, I like it, I'm just going to have to try and get it a bit better. So, wrong window again. Let's click on screen. And 7 tons of fuel. Our reserves were 2.6. Don't really want to commit that to destination. It's so busy. So 5.6 at destination gives us 2 tons to play with. 2 tons. We should have those 3. Is most interesting. So we'll see how we get on. So that is a little bit concerning. Additional reserve of those 3 tons. If anybody else is watching, come on, say hi. I'm going to assume Rick's still there. Expecting. So Hanover didn't contact us. 42. 1652. We should be crossing into Hanover. Expect somebody to need to contact them. 1807 is our scheduled time of descent. So we're going to be a little bit late on that. It's just that 5.6, only 2 tons reserve, which is a little bit concerning. A bit disappointed about the overlay. So good. It's because the call sign's in red. That make a difference. .259 is the ATIS. Let's see if we can get that, shall we? Makes sense.
Use caution after landing short distance between runways. Expect to stop before parallel runway. Departure frequency Bremen radar 120. 625. Wind 170 degrees 4 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers clouds. Few clouds at 1000 feet. Broken 190 feet. Temperature 141. Dew point 13 QNH 1.020 hectopascals trend. No significant change. Information Tango. Out. Berlin Tegel information Tango. MEP report time 1620. Expect ILS approach runway 26 right. Runways at use 26 left and 26 right for. Departure expect runway 26 left. Runway 26 right on request. Transition level 60. Use caution after landing short distance between runways. Expect to stop before parallel runway. Departure frequency Bremen radar 120. 625. Wind 170 degrees 4 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers clouds. Few clouds at 1000 feet. Broken 1900 feet. Temperature 14. Dew point 13 QNH 102.
Ooh, noisy. But hey, we got what we needed. So 26 right, 101. Let's get that tuned up and ready on each side. Minimum set. I'm going to set 259 just because I don't expect to be using any nav aids. What I will set is Tegel 1, 2, 3 because that 4DME C insert should be 3, 1 to 4 to 11455, so we'll put that on this side. Nope, wrong way round. So 11455 LWB VOR. one. Maybe I'll try this one as well. Can't push and hold on that, which is odd. Tegel East. No, we don't actually need that. People are in a chat. So, 8,000 by NASAT as directed, and there could be a hold. What have we got in our legs? Expect 8,000. It's fine. We're going to get all of those. I think 8,000 might be a bit of an interesting point. Pop those rings in. Tegel VOR for the MSAs. It's 2-4. Flat around it. Oh, these guys are channel 1215, which is irritating. Yeah, that'll shut them up. It's only for realism that I put that on there. 1215 isn't a chat channel. So, top of descent, we can get away with a little bit later, I think. Wonderful. Karachi approach, doing his S3 exam. I'd love to help, but again, these things are a bit late, isn't it? Like I said, if it pinged when you came online. outrun us. No, Air France 59 Zulu Hotel, heading south. Hey, well he's pointing south. Now that's worrying because it says, oh no, it's going our way, but it says he's pointing south. Okay, whatever. To be going to Tango 277 to BATEL 2. BATEL. Okay, these guys are bad. As long as they steer clear, we're happy. What I am surprised is that we're not speaking to anybody yet. There's Bremen online, and there's 4 different sets of Bremen centre, none of whom want to talk to us. So it could just be Berlin. Oh no, there's A and B. To figure out which is which. So I'm going to have a look on the VATSIM map. Hope it doesn't make any noises. There's a plane. So here we are. I'll bring my stuff. Okay. Unknown airline, invalid registration. Okay, so that's why I made up aeroplane. That's why I'm getting red, but that shouldn't stop the from and the to. But it apparently does, which is a shame. It's a really cool map though, simaware map.vatsim.net. Quite cool, it's got loads of information. I really like it, well done simaware, so that'll be why it doesn't show up. It's not an invalid ICAO code. BCP may well be, for the alpacas. Now we need to descend. This is where it would be nice to have ATC. So let's see if we can figure out what's going on. I think it looks like there are aeroplanes in the hold. The spacing's not too bad. There seems to be a bit of a lull. There might be a couple ahead of us. So, I think all we can do is crack on as filed and as planned, unless we hear otherwise. The minimum hold is 4,000. So, battle set. That's 8,000 below, which means it will be 8,000 at. What I am going to do is just take that line out. It's planning for that anyway. Really? It brought the top of descent that far forward. Okay. That's all we can do. It's good to see some traffic out there. Ah, no, to set that, don't I? So there we are, entering descent mode. Okay, around a bit quick. QNH is set. Let's get some speed breakout just to bring that speed back. I mean, we may very well have descended far too early. Because of course, take us down the whole thing, so we could have taken out all of the restrictions to see what happened, but make it nice and efficient. It'd cause you an issue for a dirty dive. Okay, that's interesting. Yes, we were off track a little bit, but not much. And now it's going to struggle to regain that track, which was a bit stupid. Anyway, time is 12:58 minutes en route, so we are okay. Rhine UIR. We are in now. Somebody should be telling us to speak to him. Now, the approach planning might be a bit of a mess. And there's the airplane diving. Interesting. Angle 25. So we are picking up the VOL. Both of them. So, if we assume that there is no hold, that is going to give us our max weight. So at EDT 5.8. So 26 right. Wind 1704. Temperature 14. QNH1. Go. Map 30. No credit. I think it's going to be 5.8. And the difference between those is 5, so 53. Still VRF plus 5. And that would take us all the way to the end. Now, one thing I don't know without measuring is how far the high speed exit is. Looks like it's about 2000. So water brake 2 should do us. Let's go for that. VRF of 3 plus 5, 138. Two 259, 1101. Available on both. Very long runway. So 259, yes. Outer marker 1540. So of 317 set. Mist is runway track to 3000. 4 DME. Climb to 4000, turn right to the VOR to Nassat, which was in the FMC. Is nobody contacting us? Maybe they're too afraid to. That's what the call sign is. So I'm just adding a little bit of power there, so our speed doesn't drop off too much. There's 3 approach controllers on. Departure as well. Nobody said anything. Starting to make me nervous. 2,000 climbing, that's a worry.
Traffic.
Really. And there's us with avoiding action because they're doing sod all. Great, well done.
Clear of conflict.
So 12417.
Zero my 5, thanks. Roman radar, speedboat Concord 4, flight level 16.
Good lad. Good effort.
Speedboat 4 identified, flight level 280.
Flight level 280, speedboat 4.
Raymond, good and Armand. Prefect 99, passing flight level 182, descending flight level 80, NASAT.
To free guard contact, Bremen radar on 136.67 bereit. 136.67, market to go. Aberdeen 857, Echo, proceed direct to Ritney, Romeo, India, Delta, November, India.
Aberdeen 857 Echo, please repeat the waypoint.
Romeo, India, Delta, November, India.
Aberdeen 857 Echo, proceed direct to Ritney, Romeo, India, Delta, November, India.
Aberdeen 3, Romeo, Juliet, contact Bremen radar 123.902.
123.902, Aberdeen 3,
Vulkan 520, just question, you say when I'm ready to exit waypoint.
Oh boy.
Lufthansa 520, descent flight level 140 and contact Bremen radar on 119.62.
Descent flight level 140, and can you repeat the frequency for Lufthansa 520?
Prefect 909er, enter the holding over NASA is published.
Old NASAT, is that flight level 80, Prefect 99?
Prefect 909er, stop descent flight level 140.
Descend flight level 140, hold NASAT, Prefect 99.
Lufthansa 150, can you repeat the frequency?
1,000 to go.
119.62.
Whoa, that's an out hold. Didn't realise how close we were then.
Good evening, Bremen radar, Delta, Alpha Juliet, Alpha November, flight level 2.
So, hold NASAT.
Delta Alpha Juliet Alpha November Bremen radar identified. Proceed direct to NASAT. Delta Alpha Juliet Alpha November, continue. Disregard as identified.
Delta Alpha Juliet Alpha November, we will continue holding.
So, it's inbound, one, two,
Delta Alpha Juliet Alpha
7.
November, proceed direct to VBIS.
Delta Alpha Juliet Alpha November.
There's no distance,
Direct to VBIS.
so we'll go 1.5 because we're above.
Private jet 73907, Bremen radar identified. Proceed direct to NASAT. November Alpha Sierra Alpha Tango, hold NASAT is published.
Direct NASAT, hold over NASAT is published. Private jet 73907.
Lufthansa 464, descent flight level 150.
Taking 150, Lufthansa 464.
Alpaca 782, descent flight level 190.
Descent flight level 190, Alpaca 782.
We would not want to be holding a Concord, for instance.
220.
Bremen radar, good evening, Skyrim 267, minor number 260, request to help.
Scandinavian 2679, Bremen radar identified, stand by. Lufthansa 464, descent flight level 140 and contact Bremen radar on 119.62.
Say 140.
Lufthansa 464, please maintain flight level 150, so for that.
Taken frequency.
Lufthansa 464, disregard the whole message.
Okay, so we're descending ground 40 and contact 119.625.
Jet 17 lohnt es sich schon nach Distanz zu fahren oder bleiben wir sowieso noch eine Zeit im Hold?
Ich mache mal kurz die Levels und dann geht's gleich runter. Aber es wird auch ein bisschen gewollt.
So, speed is 230.
Prefect 999, contact Bremen radar on 119.62.
Bremen radar 119.62. Thanks for the service, Prefect 99. Bye bye.
Lufthansa 46.
Bremen, good night, Prefect 999. Flight level 140 inbound Nassat to hold.
We'll call you back, stand by.
Don't reply to a standby.
Scandinavian 2677, speed 220 knots, contact director 136.1, bye-bye.
Scandi 2677, director 1361 and speed 220 knots, ciao.
So we can tune 1361. Should be the FO's job. 230 knots.
Fueling 999er, Berlin arrival, hello identified. Prepare for the Nasat 26 right transition, remain in the hold, I will call you back.
We already have the hold prepared and loaded. We'll go Prefect 99.
Yeah, would appreciate if you preload the transition.
Affirm, done.
Thank you. And Lufthansa 464 identified, same for you, you can expect the Nasat 26 right transition, remain in the hold.
Nasat 26 remain, Lufthansa 464.
Ryanair 3 Lima Zulu, contact director 136.1, bye-bye.
126.1 for Ryanair 3 Lima Zulu, cheers.
Lufthansa 520, descent 5,000 feet, QNH 1019er, speed 220 knots.
Descent 5,000 feet, 220 knots, and can you repeat please, QNH, Lufthansa 520.
Fueling 999er, descent flight level 70.
Descent flight level 70, Prefect 99.
Oh, perfect, I'm sorry for that.
It's very similar, no worries, Prefect 99.
Yeah. Lufthansa 520, confirm you are now inbound Komif.
Inbound Komif, Lufthansa 520.
I don't think we'll be holding for
Okay,
very long.
520, thank you. Then contact director 136.1. Call sign only, please, bye-bye.
136.5, bye-bye.
136.1.
Oh, sorry, 136.1.
Lufthansa 464, descent flight level 120.
Say 120, Lufthansa 464. radar, Delta Alpha Trade, Alpha November, flight level 190 with you, heading 090.
I'm sorry, was somebody calling?
Good evening, Bremen Radar Delta Alpha Trade, Alpha November, flight level 190, heading 090 with you.
Delta Alpha Juliet, Alpha November, arrival, hello, identified. I will call you back.
Bremen Radar, good evening, Alpha 72, descending flight level 120, holding over nest.
Alpaca 782, Berlin arrival, hello, identified. Descent flight level 13.
There's 100.
Descent flight level 130, Alpha
The lights come on.
Lufthansa 464, descent flight level 100. 100, 464.
And phones to silent. Can't even tell if we're in cloud. So 220 at Comiv.
Fueling 999, exit the holding, proceed direct to Comiv, follow the NASA 26 right transition. I already said again, fueling. Perfect. 999, sorry about that.
Direct Comiv, follow the transition, NASA 26 right, direct Prefect 99, thank you. So I am gonna do heading select while we get tidied up. Bring the speed back. Speed will just come back ever so slowly.
Delta Alpha Juliet, Alpha November, descent flight level 120.
Delta Alpha Juliet, Alpha November, descent flight level 120.
Fueling.
He's gone.
Prefect 999, descent altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1019.
Descend altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1019, Prefect 99.
1,000 to go.
Prefect 999, speed 220 knots, contact director 136.1, callsign only, bye-bye.
Speed 220, director 136.1, call sign only. Thank you very much for the service. Have a great evening. Prefect 99.
You too, thanks. And private jet 113, descent 4,000 feet, speed 170 to 5.
Descent 4,000, 175, 513.
So 9805, descent flight level, descent 6,000 feet, QNH 1020.
Descent 6,000 feet, NH 1020, Lufthansa 9805.
About 5 Tango Yankee, Orion frequency. Perfect. Establish Lufthansa 265, Malif 2670. Malif 670, speed 170 knots to 5 miles, final tower 124, 5 to 5, bye-bye. 124, 5 to 5, clear down, Malif 670. Eurowings 8, Whiskey Tango, turn left heading 360.
Left heading 360, Eurowings 8, Whiskey Tango. Lufthansa 520, can you repeat please heading?
Lufthansa 520, say again.
Can you repeat please heading?
Heading 080.
080, Lufthansa 520.
It's a good evening, Prefect 99.
Prefect 99, good evening, are you on the transition?
Affirm, sir, Prefect 99.
Thank you. Eurowings 8, Whiskey Tango, continue left and heading 290, clear that's approach 26 right.
Left to 90, clear towers.
Now that was slightly ambiguous because you could argue we're not quite on the transition because we're going direct.
5, tower 124, 5 to 5, bye-bye.
452.
670, speed 170 knots to 5, tower 124, 5 to 5, bye-bye. Lufthansa 520, turn right, heading 170.
Lufthansa 520, can you repeat with heading and speed?
Boy, I mean, at least he's trying.
170 and speed 170 as well.
170,
Thought I had pushed that.
Lufthansa 5.
Final 3 Lima Zulu, can you descend the localizer from back there?
Yep, we can, yep.
Descend 5,000 feet, clear ILS 25 right.
Down 5,000, ILS 25 right, Ryanair 3.
Guys, let me go.
Delta Lava, Lufthansa 464, descending 5,000, bound, call me.
Lufthansa 464, good day.
Yes, it's a good day.
Lufthansa 520, continue right turn 230, clear us approach 26 right.
Clear our service, approach 26 right, 230, Lufthansa 520.
Victor Tango Sierra Mike Alpha, good day. Canadian 2677, speed 170 to 5, tower 124, 5 to 5, bye bye.
124, 5 to 5, 170 knots to 5 miles, Scandi 2677.
Bye. Lufthansa 90805, descend 5,000 feet.
Descend 5,000 feet, Lufthansa 90805.
Ryanair 3 Lima Zulu, thanks for flying Schönefeld Tower / BR Tower 120, 0 to 5, bye bye.
20025, choose.
Eurowings 56, Papa, reduce speed 170 knots and descend altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1020.
170 knots, 4,000 feet, 1020, Youngs 56 Papa.
Whirling 99, speed 200.
Speed 200, Prefect 99.
Lufthansa
He's gonna get it
464,
too.
speed 200.
Speed 200, 464.
So, 259, India Tango Lima
Lufthansa
Whiskey.
9805, turn left heading 360, actually disregard. Private jet 113, turn left heading 290, clear as approach 6 right.
Left 20, left 2 right, private 103.
And private jet 113, descend 3,000 feet immediately.
3,000, 103.
Good evening, Director Delta Alpha Juliet Alpha November, flight level 100, descending 600.
Delta Alpha Juliet Alpha November, Director, schönen guten Tag. Eurowings 8, Whiskey Tango 170 to 5, and Ticket Tower 124, 5 to 5, thanks for flying, see you next time.
Tower 124, 225, Eurowings 8, Whiskey Tango, cheers, thank you.
Director Spirit 229, with you descending 5060.
Speedbird 229, Director, good day, identified.
Long old downwind.
Lufthansa 9805, turn left heading 230.
Left 230, Lufthansa 9805.
Actually make that 290, sorry.
290, 9805.
And they're doing it all in English. It's impressive.
Private jet 113, are you able to get the ILS from back there? Need a vector.
Fine.
Thank you. Lufthansa 9805, on that heading clear as approach 26 right, speed 170 knots until 5, that's fine.
Clear ILS 26 right, speed 170 until 5, Lufthansa 9805.
Perfect, 99, reduce speed 170 knots till 5.
Speed 170 to 5, Prefect 99.
Lufthansa 464, speed 170 till 5.
Speed 170 knots until 5, Lufthansa 464.
Make that a reminder 5. So we might need flap 2. The almost never used setting.
Whirling 99, descent altitude 4,000 feet.
Descent altitude 4,000 feet, Prefect 99.
Actually make that perfect, 99, make that 3,000 feet.
3,000 feet, Prefect 99.
Lufthansa 464, descend 3,000 feet.
I'll do this.
Lufthansa 464, descend 3,000 feet.
That's 3,000, 464.
Lufthansa 520, speed 170 knots to 5, tower 124, 5 to 5, bye-bye.
170 and can you repeat cruise frequency to top?
124, 5 to 5.
24525, checked.
5, bye-bye.
The wings 56, Papa, turn left heading 360.
Left 360, 56 Papa.
Director Spirit 229, we've just overpassed the mass, we don't have anything else. Thanks, what do you want us to do?
Saber 229, you weren't cleared for transition?
We haven't been given any SIDs, any stars or transitions, no.
Turn right heading 360 then.
Right, 360, Spirit 229.
Victor Sierra Mike Alpha, descend 4,000 feet.
4,000 feet, Victor Sierra Mike Alpha.
Delta Alpha Juliet Alpha November, turn right heading 190.
And this is a pretty draggy config.
November, right heading 190.
It's not that draggy.
Eurowings
We're a long
5
way out.
continue left turn 290, clear as approach 26 right, speed 170 knots, until 5 miles 5.
Left 290, cleared island 26 right and 170 to 5 and 56 Papa.
Delta Alpha Juliet Alpha November, descend altitude 5,000 feet, turn right heading 220.
Delta Alpha Juliet Alpha November, right heading 220, descend 5,000 feet.
Private jet 113, contact Tegel Tower 124, 5 to 5, call sign only at speed 170 to 5.
Canary 5, 124, 5, please.
Fueling 99, turn right heading 170.
Right heading 170 degrees, Prefect 99.
1,000 to go.
Victor Tango Sierra Mike Alpha, reduce speed to 100.
200.
Sweeper 229, turn right heading 070, reduce speed to 100.
070, 200 on speed, Spirit 229.
Perfect 99, turn right heading 230, clear as approach 26 right, speed 170 knots till 5 miles final.
Right heading 230 degrees, cleared ILS 26 right, speed 160 till 5, Prefect 99.
Delta Alpha Juliet Alpha November, on present heading, clear as approach 26 right.
Delta Alpha Juliet Alpha November, present heading, cleared ILS 5.
I may have read back that speed wrong.
Yeah, 25 right, sorry, wind shot to San Diego. And Eurowings 56 Papa, are you able to intercept the ILS from back there, or should I give you a heading?
Sorry, say again, 56 Papa.
Eurowings 56 Papa, left 250 for the localizer.
Left 250, 56 Papa.
I'm building 99, speed 170 knots till 5 miles final, please.
170 till 5, Prefect 99. Yeah, that was a little bit slow.
229, can we just step away for 1 minute?
1 minute only, please.
We will be 1 minute.
Director, hello, activated.
Apaka 782 Director, hello, are you on the transition?
Affirmative, never 26 right, transition.
Thank you, descend 3,000 feet.
Descend 3,000 feet, activated.
Lufthansa 464, turn right heading 170.
Right heading 170, Lufthansa 464.
Delta Alpha, Juliet Alpha November, actually disregard, sorry.
So if we don't get the localizer, we'll just stay in LNAV.
5 speed 170 knots till 5 miles final. Tower 124, 5 to 5, call sign only, please.
170 until 5, tower 124, 5 to 5, Janka, cheers.
Lufthansa 464, continue right heading 230, clear as approach 26 right, speed 170 knots till 5 miles final.
Right 230, clear as described, 170 until 5, Lufthansa 464.
Delta Alpha, Juliet Alpha November, descend 3,000 feet for the glide.
Delta Alpha November, descend 3,000 feet.
And Weber 229, reduce speed 170 knots.
And we may struggle, so we can go to flap 5 early.
170 knots, Victor Mike Alpha.
Director Spirit 229, we're back.
Slipper 229,
So
descend
cloud,
altitude
12
4,000 feet,
degrees.
reduce speed 170 knots.
170 down to 4000, 0229.
Berlin Direktor, schönen guten Abend, Austin
And we are not
235.
picking up.
Austin 235, Director, guten Abend, Berlin
The
25.
localizer.
I'm on the transition class of 26 right. Thank you.
Director, hallo, Germania 25 Tango.
Germania 25 Tango, Director, hello, identified, maintain present, actually turn left heading 130.
Left heading 130, Germania 25 Tango.
So I think the ILS cuts out 20 miles.
Speed 170 knots until 5 miles final, tower 124, 525, calls and only.
There it is.
170 until 5 and contact 104, 525 and 56 number, good day.
Delta Alpha Juliet Alpha November, BR Tower 120025, thanks for flying, bye bye.
Delta November, BR Tower 120025, thanks for flying.
Victor Tango Sierra Mike Alpha, turn left heading 020. Left 020, Victor Mike Alpha. Victor Tango Sierra Mike Alpha, continue left turn heading 360. 360, Victor Mike Alpha. Super 229, turn right by 10 degrees.
It's a long way to go to that 5-mile ring.
By 10 degrees, so heading 090.
Burning a lot of fuel.
Berlin 99, contact Ticket Tower 124, 525, speed 170 knots till 5 please, and call sign only for the tower.
Tower 124, 525, 170 until 5. Call sign only. Thanks very much. Great event. Prefect 99. Bye bye.
Thanks for making it so great. Break, Victor, thanks.
Digger Tower, good evening. Prefect 99.
Captain 2, runway 26 right, here for takeoff, Charles. Station on the final.
Prefect 99, Victor Golf Lima.
Tegel Tower, good evening, Lufthansa 6 Bravo.
Prefect 999, Tegel Tower low, number 5. Who was calling?
Number 5.
Austrian Prefect.
Chugging along.
6 left on Sierra Echo.
Why do you want to cross?
To get the 26 right.
So, armed.
Austrian 555, you are cleared for runway 26 left, runway 26 right is at the moment not able.
Runway 26 left, Austrian 555.
Private jet 113.
Too heavy, you gotta tell him.
All wind 170 degrees, 3 knots, runway 26 right, clear to land.
Land, okay.
3 for the mist.
Private jet 113, please vacate at the end of the runway.
Hello, Lufthansa 464.
So, Rogab should be 3, which is where we're heading.
Lufthansa 464, take a tower low, number 5.
There's a bit of traffic out to the left. Lots of traffic ahead. Beautifully staggered.
Evidence 6595 at 170 degrees, 3 knots, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff, Chow.
So we're going to do 170, but we're going to take flap 5 now. So we've got a little bit of increase in drag. You can see the N1 going up.
Pilot jet 113, welcome to Berlin Tegel, left off and contact ground on 121, decimal 75, Chow.
175, just hold it on, please.
Lufthansa 9805 at 170 degrees, 3 knots, runway 26 right, clear to land, vacate the runway at the end.
26 right and vacate at the end. Lufthansa 9825.
Do the same, but we only make 1.
Austrian 555, line up runway 26 left.
Capture.
Line up runway 26 left, Austrian 555.
Evident 123 on my frequency.
Hello, Berlin 123.
Evident 123, line up runway 26 left in sequence.
Line up runway 26 left in sequence, Berlin 123.
Tower, Speedbird 87 Alpha X-ray. Speedbird 87 Alpha X-ray, take a tower low, line up in sequence, runway 26 left.
Bar.
Tegel Tower, Vector Tango.
So we should get the localizer at 1540.
Victor Tango, Sierra Mike Alpha, take a tower low, number 5.
Lufthansa 9805 going around.
Lufthansa 9805, Roger, fly published, best approach.
Fly is published 9805.
Wings 56 Papa, wind 170 degrees, 3 knots, runway 26 right, clear to land, vacated by Romeo Whiskey.
Runway 26 right.
Okay, so we might be going to the end. Romeo Whiskey is order break 2. Whoop. Get out.
Lufthansa 9805, stop climb and
Climb 15. That was me. There we are, 15. A bit high.
Tegel Tower, Moin, Evelyn 7 Papa Yankee.
Evelyn 7 Papa Yankee, take a tower low, line up in sequence, runway 26 left. Lufthansa 9805, contact departure on 120.62, Joe.
12062.
1000.
Austrian 555, wind 170 degrees, 3 knots, runway 26 left, cleared for takeoff, passing 2000, contact departure by.
Passing 2000, contact departure, geared to takeoff 26 left, Austrian 555.
Wings 56 Papa, welcome to Ballon Tegel, hold short of runway 26 left.
Following short 26 left, 56 Papa.
Approaching 26 right.
I thought to continue.
Prefect 999, wind 170 degrees, 3 knots, runway 26 right, clear to land, vacated at the end of the runway.
Clear land 26 right, vacate end, Prefect 99.
300. Approaching minimums. 200.
200 middle,
Minimums.
continue.
Wings 56 Papa, cross runway 26 left, contact ground on 121.75, Joe.
100.
Cross 26 left and contact 12175, Wings 56 Papa, thanks.
So it doesn't matter if it's a bit long.
Evident 123, confirm lining up 26 left.
10.
Lining up runway 26 left, level 123.
Okay, I'm confident we can make the end. Reverse is stowed.
80 knots.
Manual braking. Let's roll her to the end.
4,000 feet remaining.
Evident 123, wind 170 degrees, 3 knots, runway 26 left, clear for
3,000
takeoff, passing
remaining.
2000, contact departure by.
Clear for takeoff runway 26 left, Airborne 123, contact departure, 2,000 feet.
Prefect 999, welcome to Ballon Tegel,
remaining.
left off and contact ground on 121.75, Joe.
Left at the end, thank you for the welcome. Ground 12175, choose Prefect 99.
1,000 remaining.
No, I'm not sure if this is
500 remaining.
a particularly high speed taxiway. It doesn't look it. It's not a 90-degree turn.
Frequency again, please. 124.525.
So we're just going to follow this round. We don't have to worry about contacting him too early.
To Airbus 310, contact tower 124.525, course and only Chow.
Oh, I assumed we were vacating left. Maybe we should have gone to the right.
For German Air Force 310, danke für den Service, ciao, schönen Abend noch. Ebenso.
Lights. trim's done. I'm sure I've forgotten something. Brad, good evening. Prefect 99 vacated left 0 at 26 right.
Prefect 99, take a ground, good evening. Continue via Sierra Mike, hold short of Tango Sierra for now.
Sierra Mike, hold short Tango Sierra, Prefect 99. Which is the second.
Pushback approved, face east.
Pushback approved, face east, KLM 1832. Got 321 ready to taxi.
321, taxi holding point 26 left by Sierra Mike, Sierra Echo, straight ahead.
Your brake's doing too
left,
bad.
Sierra Mike and Sierra Echo, got 321.
So Tango Sierra is the next left. That's Romeo Whiskey. Yes. It's quite a nice layout, this airport.
You're 56 Papa, is it possible to get gate 10?
You're 56 Papa approved.
Thanks.
Good evening, ground, Lufthansa 991, weather check.
Lufthansa 991, reach 5.
Lufthansa 991, ramp 17, ready for option start.
Lufthansa 991, step by.
Lot 321, we could actually take off from Romeo Echo if that helps.
That's a really short
Lot
run.
321, step by. Hold position for now.
Standing by.
First, Lufthansa 991, first contact planner on 121.6, see you later.
121.6, bye bye.
Berlin 711, request pushback and start 10-3.
Berlin 711, push approved, face east.
Pushback approved. Berlin 711, pushback approved, face east.
Lot 321, I'll just call you little so you can take Romeo Echo. So, holding point 26 left, Romeo Echo.
Only point 26 left, Romeo Echo, lot 321.
I don't have that many stands. So hexagonal terminal kind of makes sense.
Lot 321, contact tower 124, decimal 525, course on only, bye bye.
Contact tower, lot 321, thank you, bye bye.
Echo ground, Victor Tango Sierra Mike Alpha, vacated 26 right.
Victor Tango, Sierra Mike Alpha, take a ground, good evening. Taxi well, Sierra Mike, Sierra Whiskey, Sierra Mike, hold short of Tango Sierra.
Sierra Whiskey, Sierra Mike and hold short Tango Sierra, Victor Tango Sierra Mike Alpha.
So the real question for us is which engine do we shut down?
Yopa 379, taxi holding point 26 left via Sierra Mike and Sierra Echo.
26 left by Sierra Mike, Sierra Echo, Europa 379.
So I'm going to shut down engine at 2. As soon as we are waiting for this guy.
Good afternoon, KLM 1830, stand 55 for push and start.
Last station, course on only.
That's pretty cool.
KLM 1830.
I'm taking off one landing.
KLM 1830, take a ground, good evening, call back.
Can we go back 1830?
Nice view of the approach.
Tegel ground, Evelyn 27 Alpha. Ready for pushback.
Evelyn 27 Alpha, push approved, face south.
Push approved, face south, Evelyn 27 Alpha.
And KLM 1830, push approved, face east.
Push approved, face east for KLM 1830, thank you. Tegel ground, Speedbird 229 with you, Romeo Whiskey.
Speedbird 229, Tegel ground, good evening. Taxi via Sierra Mike.
Taxi via Sierra Mike, Speedbird 229. One Tegel ground, KLM 1832, push complete, request taxi.
That's great, just about to call you. KLM 1832, taxi 1.26 left via Sierra Mike and Sierra Echo.
40.26 left, Sierra Mike, Sierra Echo, KLM 1832.
Prefect 99, taxi stand 26 via Sierra Mike, Papa Whiskey.
Stab 26, Sierra Mike, Papa Whiskey, Prefect 99, thanks. Oh, that's right round the corner, and
Victor Tango Sierra Mike,
cruiser right.
taxi stand 27 via Sierra Mike.
Stand 27 via Sierra Mike, Victor Tango Sierra Mike Alpha.
Sky moving. Just about.
Berlin 711, request taxi.
Berlin 711, taxi 1.26 left via Sierra Mike, Sierra Echo.
Berlin 711, taxi to
So, turn right, first right.
Via Sierra Mike, Sierra Echo.
Europa 379er, contact disregard.
Epically busy. And you know what, the default scenery is pretty good as well.
Possible to get any of the gates on that terminal, Victor Tango Sierra Mike Alpha.
Victor Tango Sierra Mike Alpha, yeah, taxi gate 11 via Papa Whiskey.
Roger, thank you. Gate 11 via Papa Whiskey, Victor Tango Sierra Mike Alpha.
Speedbird 229er, taxi to gate 12 via Sierra Mike and Papa Whiskey.
Is our stand.
Sierra Mike and Papa Whiskey, Speedbird 229.
Good evening, Scandinavian 1673, vacated surrounding.
Convinced about the markings.
Scandinavian 1673, take a ground, good evening. Taxi to gate 7 via Sierra Mike and Papa Mike.
Sierra Mike, Papa Mike, stand number 7, Scandinavian 1673, thanks.
Almost impossible to see.
KLM 1830, taxi 1.26 left via Sierra Mike and Sierra Echo.
Stand on the brakes. There we go, 2 hours later, we are in. Welcome to Deutschland. This is the Bundesliga.
Good evening, Leipziger 7 Whiskey, stand 52, ready for push.
Leipziger 7 Whiskey, take a ground, good night. Call you back.
Take 1 mile, Evelyn 2 for Victoria, position 6, double request push.
Berlin 2 for Victor Romeo, stand for you.
So,
Good night, normal, call you
2
back.
blues, 1 red, both engines are dead.
Berlin ground, hello, Austrian 235 on Sierra Mike.
Austrian 235, take a ground, guten Abend. Taxi to gate 3 via Sierra Mike.
Taxi to stand number 3 via Sierra Mike, Austrian 235.
That's 20%.
Speedbird 229er, seems like the gate is blocked now. There was just an aircraft logging in, so you will have to taxi to the stand 16 via Papa Whiskey.
16 via Papa Whiskey, Speedbird 229.
And there we go. APU off. No turnaround, all the pumps can come off. All the lights on.
Leipziger 7 Whiskey, push approved, face east.
And Use 1.85,
8 east, flat 7 whiskey.
0.83.
Tegel ground, good evening, Scandinavian 2679, vacated 26 right.
Welcome
Scandinavian
to
2679, Tegel ground, good evening, taxi to gate 8 via Sierra Mike, Papa Mike.
Taxi standard via Sierra Mike, Papa Mike,
welcome to
Scandinavian
Berlin, guys.
2679.
A very, very, very busy Berlin. We will log off in just a moment.
Good evening, requesting
Welcome to Tegel for the last time. We don't even get to go to the hexagon, which I think is brilliant. All these jets. Loads.
Ground in front of us, there's an air balloon taxiing backwards. What do you want us to do about it?
Speaker 229, hold position for now. He should just be pushing out of his gate, actually.
Okay, we'll hold position, speaker 229.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. It was the only gate available there. The other aircraft just spawned in as you passed the only free gate beforehand.
Nah, that's fine, but speaker 229, we understand.
Oh, there he is.
KLM 1830, contact
And that's great.
124, 525,
So you've got all this here, but you can also not get stuck because you can get out this way. It's a pretty well designed airport.
KLM 1830, contact Tegel Tower 124, 525, constant only by 124, 525 for KLM 1830, so long.
Anything over on the military apron?
For you, Tower 124, 525, constant only by.
By the looks of things, we could have gone over there.
Good evening, Tegel ground, speedbird 988 Golf with you, just vacated Romeo Whiskey.
Speedbird 988 Golf, Tegel ground, good evening. Continue on Sierra Mike, call you back.
Continue on the Sierra Mike and wait your call, speedbird 988 Golf.
Berlin,
Speaker 229, we've just realised that stand 14 is empty. Could we possibly take that?
Oh, it actually is. There were so many aircraft there, I couldn't see it. Yeah, FM, take gate 14.
Thanks, we'll take 814 to 229.
Which is right down here.
On 124, 525, constant only by.
So what I might do is disconnect. Connect as an observer.
Callsign only on
And then
tower frequency 124.525 KLM 1832, document service.
maybe we don't show up.
So, Avenue 24 Victor Romeo, push approved face east.
Push full face east, Avenue 24 Victor Romeo.
Speedbird 988 Golf, taxi to gate 8, disregard, sorry.
Disregard, speedbird 988 Golf.
Avenue 27 Alpha, what are you doing? You are not allowed to taxi.
40.
Oh, 27 Alpha, sorry.
Yeah, continue on Papa Echo, Sierra Echo holding point 26 left. Speedbird 988 Golf, taxi to stand 16 via Sierra Mike, Papa Whiskey.
16 by Sierra Mike, Papa Whiskey, speedbird 988 Golf.
It's certainly quite cool how you can see the airplanes all lined up.
November request, pushback.
Scandinavian 47 November, Tegel ground, good night, call you back.
We might get somebody parking because we're now invisible.
Berlin 27 Alpha via Papa Whiskey, Papa Echo, hold short, Sierra Echo.
Passt. Sierra Echo darfst du auch noch und dann hold short 26 left.
Sierra Echo and then hold short, 26 left, sorry.
Kein Problem.
Lufthansa 888 at Alpha 4, brauche ich eine neue Slot oder geht's bei dir gleich weiter?
Passt. Lufthansa 888, push approved face east.
Push approved, face east, Lufthansa 888.
Austrian 235, confirm you are unable to go into gate 3 from your current position?
I have an aircraft in front of me, Austrian 235.
Austrian 235, your gate is on your right hand side,
Oh, that's interesting. A little bit of a static aircraft. Despite me having them off, I think. It's annoying when airport designers do that, to be honest. Anyway, I think it was a pretty good event. nice and busy, and we got a trip in Zibo, full airport, which is pretty epic. So guys, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see if we can do any more of these, but we'll be back in Concord to continue the world tour next time. So from me for now, thanks very much. Goodbye. See you again soon. Look after yourselves.